Once upon a time there was a merchant who had 3 daughters. His daughters were all very beautiful, but the youngest was admired by everyone. When she was little, people referred to her as the beautiful child. The name Beauty stuck, and as a result, her 2 sisters were always very jealous. One day, the merchant prepared to leave on a long journey to a faraway port.
Farewell, my children.
Bring us back pretty dresses from the faraway port.
Well, all right. Beauty, you didn't ask for anything. Is there anything at all that you would like?
You are so kind to think of me. Would you bring back a rose?
Sure.
The merchant promised that he would, and he left home. As he was traveling, a fierce storm arose, and he was forced to seek shelter from the snow and sleet in the nearby castle that he inhabited. Once inside, he found a warm fire and a table laden with food. Then he took the liberty of finding a room to sleep in. The next morning, well fed and well rested, the merchant prepared to leave the castle and return home. But as he was leaving, he passed a beautiful rose and remembered Beauty's humble request. He plucked a rose, and suddenly he heard a loud noise, and a great beast appeared before him.
You are very ungrateful. I gave you food and shelter, and now you repay me by stealing my roses, the only thing dear to me in this world? This ingratitude will cost you your life, old man. Oh, I'm so sorry. I only wanted this one rose for my daughter, Beauty. A daughter, you say? I will make you a deal, old man. You may live if a daughter will consent to die in your place, here, in 3 days' time.
The merchant returned home to say goodbye to his daughters forever. He handed Beauty the rose, but when he told them of the beast's offer, Beauty readily agreed to take her father's place. When Beauty left the next morning, her father wept, and her sister secretly rejoiced. Beauty courageously traveled to the castle, bravely accepting her fate. But when she arrived, a magnificent feast lay before her. She sat down to eat, but heard the beast move behind her, and she was filled with fear. The beast spoke.
Beauty, will you let me watch you dine?
You are the master here.
No, you are the only mistress here. I will do whatever you command. Now tell me, don't you find me very ugly?
Absolutely. I do not know how to lie. However, I do think you are very kind.
You are right, but in addition to being ugly, I also lack intelligence. I know very well that I am nothing but a beast.
You can't be a beast if you know that you lack intelligence. A fool never knows that he is stupid.
Go ahead and eat, Beauty. Everything here is yours, and I would be severely upset if you were not happy.
You are very kind. I swear to you, I am very pleased with your kind heart. Your kindness makes me forget your appearance.
Of course, I have a kind heart, but I am still a monster.
There are certainly men who are more monstrous than you. I like you better than men who hide false, corrupt, and ungrateful hearts behind charming manners.
Beauty ate heartily, and when an hour had passed, the beast posed a daring question.
Beauty, will you marry me?
No, beast. I'm sorry, but I cannot marry you.
Over the next 3 months, Beauty looked forward to Beast's nightly visits. He came at the same hour every evening, and they became great friends. Beauty was happy in the castle, but one thing marred their friendship. The monster, before leaving her each night, would ask her to be his wife. Every night she delicately refused him. She was forced to tell him,
You are upsetting me, Beast. I will never be able to marry you, but please try to be satisfied. I will always be your friend.
I know I am horrible looking, but I love you very much. I'm glad you are happy here. Promise me that you will never leave.
I promise to never leave you, Beast, but I should dearly like to see my father and sisters again.
I would rather die than cause you pain. I will send you home, but stay there and your poor beast will die of grief.
I promise to return in a week.
You will be there tomorrow, and here, take this magic ring. When you... Definitely take it with you. Alright. When you place it on your family's table in a week's time, go back to bed and you will wake up here. Return to me.
The beast was true to his word, and the next morning, when Beauty awoke, she was in her father's house. Her father came running and almost died of joy, because Beauty had returned. Meanwhile, Beauty's sisters also learned of her arrival, and they rushed to the scene. In the short time that Beauty had been away, both of her sisters had married. They were both extremely unhappy. One had married a vain fool, the other an intelligent snob. When the sisters learned of Beauty's happiness, they were insanely jealous.
Why should this little beast enjoy more happiness than we do? Aren't we more likable than she? Dear sister, I have an idea. Let us try to keep Beauty here for more than a week, and when her beast learns that she has broken her promise, perhaps he will eat her up.
You're right. To make that work, we will have to shower her with affection, make her think we like her, in order to keep her here. And so they did. Beauty was thrilled at her sister's newfound affection, and when her week was up, the two sisters theatrically moaned and pleaded, begging her to stay longer. Beauty reluctantly agreed. Although she wanted to please her sisters, she missed her poor beast, and worried that he would be greatly saddened by her broken promise. On the 10th night in her father's house, Beauty went to sleep, and dreamed of her cherished beast. In her dream, Beauty saw him lying on the ground, near death, and reproaching her for her ingratitude. Beauty immediately woke and cried,
Aren't I terrible for hurting my dearest friend? How could I have broken my promise to him? He is kind, and that is worth more than anything. I would be happier with him than my sisters are with their pretty husbands. It is neither good looks nor great wit that makes a woman happy with her husband, but character, virtue, and kindness. And the beast has all of those good qualities.
With that, Beauty leapt from her bed, scribbled out an explanation for her father, and placed the magic ring on her family's table. When she went back to bed, she awoke to find herself once again in the beast's castle. The beast lay on the floor, dying, and Beauty ran to him.
You forgot your promise, Beauty. The thought of living without your presence was more than I could bear. But now I can die happy because I got to see you one last time. Seeing your lovely face eases my heart. Now I can die peacefully.
No, my dear beast, you will not, you cannot die. You will live and become my husband.
You will marry me?
From this moment on, I give you my hand in marriage, and I swear that I belong only to you. I thought I felt only friendship for you, but the grief I felt when I dreamt of you dying shows me that I was wrong. Life without you is not worth living. I love you, beast.
Suddenly, there was a bright light and the sky filled with fireworks. Beauty's beloved beast had disappeared, and the young prince, more beautiful than the day's light, appeared in his place.
Thank you, Beauty, for breaking the magic spell.
But where is my beloved beast?
You see him now. He stands before you. An angry fairy condemned me to remain in that hideous form until a beautiful girl would consent to marry me. You are the only person in the world kind enough to be touched by the goodness of my character.
The prince married Beauty, who lived with him for a long time in perfect happiness, for their marriage was founded on virtue.